Good morning to you all, and today I'm sure you will know is the 11th of November. This is Armistice Day. It is the day we recall the ending of the First World War, but it's also the day we remember all wars as they came to an end. I want to read to you just a few lines of a poem that was written during the First World War. In Flanders fields the poppies blow, between the crosses row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the larks still bravely singing fly. Then towards the ends it says, to you from failing hands we throw, the torch be yours, hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep though poppies grow in Flanders fields. I'm sure many of you have got at home, or even are wearing them today, the poppy which most of us have bought over the past few days and we wear in our jackets, in our coats. Some people put them even on a cord around their neck. The poppy. It was a symbol of the First World War. It was a symbol because the poppies grew where the battles had taken place. The poppy is a funny flower because it has tiny little seeds which lie dormant in the earth year upon year, unless the soil is turned over, whether it is ploughed. And of course, in the battlefields, the heavy machinery, the big guns that were towed along the ground by tanks, turned up the ground. And so it was that the poppies began to grow. And where the soldiers who fell had their graves dug, the soil was turned and the poppies began to grow. Since 1921, that's almost 100 years ago, the poppy has been used as a symbol of those who died. The poppy, the simple poppy, the red poppy, reminding us of the blood that was shed so that we can be free. In 1921, a group of people planted some poppies, just paper ones like this, just outside Westminster Abbey. And they asked for small donations to help those who'd lost so much in the war, who'd lost their livelihood, lost their homes, and maybe lost their families. And so people started to give money, and it was called the Earl Haig Fund, because Earl Haig was the one who started it off. The poppy remains a symbol of people who gave their lives for their country, for the cause of freedom and for the cause of right. The line in that poem that I read towards the end is so important. The torch be yours, so hold it high. We need to cherish our freedom. We need to cherish those things that are important, the things we like doing, the people we like being with. The torch be yours, so hold it high. We say that to each and every one of you as you take the torch of freedom and of liberty on into the next generation. Today, it will be 100 years exactly since the tomb of the unknown warrior was created in Westminster Abbey. There were 4 soldiers whose bodies were dug up from those battlefields. Nobody knew who they were, where they'd come from, or how they died. They put their bodies into coffins, and one of the marshals picked one out and said, "We'll have that one." And so that body was taken by train, first of all, to the French coast, then over the Channel, and by train to Victoria Station. From Victoria Station, the body was then taken up to Whitehall, where King George V unveiled the cenotaph, that great monument that symbolises our remembrance. And then the body was taken into Westminster Abbey, followed by King George, and was laid to rest very near the entrance. And if you go to Westminster Abbey today, you will see that tomb of the unknown warrior right near the west door of the Abbey. It's there as a poignant reminder that people gave their lives that we can be free. That tomb of the unknown soldier stands for all those who lost their lives, those whose names we know and those whose names we will never know. That soldier remembers for us all the horrors of the war. As we gaze on that tomb, we can think of those who were killed in battle, those who lost their lives. This Remembrance Day, I hope you look at the poppy and remember that it only grows when the ground has been turned and ploughed and dug over. You remember the tombs, the graves of all those who lost their lives. You remember those great battlefields in France and in Belgium.